Problems based on ages can often become very easy when solved using ratios, and sometimes they become very difficult when solved using equation formation. So here we have a question based on ages. Go through it and give it a try. 2 years ago, ages of A and B were in ratio 7:4. So we have A and B, their ages were in ratio 7:4. This ratio is for 2 years back. Okay. A year hence, their ages will be in ratio 5:3. So ratio 5:3 would be in future. It would be from 1 year hence. It would be in 1 year from now. Okay, the ratio of 5:3 would be 1 year from now. So if the present year is 2004, if the present year is 2004 when the movie Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban got released, then this would be year 2002 when the movie Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets got released. And this would be year 2005 when Goblet of Fire got released. Okay. So the actual difference in the initial age of A and future age of B would be 3 years. From 2002 to 2005, this difference is of 3 years. Here, the difference on ratio scale is of 2. Here, the difference is of 1. Now listen carefully. For both A and B, change in age should be of 3 years. From 2002 to 2005, for both A and B, the change in age, change in their initial and final age should be of 3 years. Basically, this change in first terms and this change in second terms should be same for both A and B, as actual changes of 3 years for both. But here we have change as 2 and here we have change as 1. So we'll try to make these changes same for both A and B. And for that, we'll take the difference between A's age on ratio scale and B's age on ratio scale. This difference is what? 7 minus 4 is 3. This difference is 3. And in future, this difference is going to be 2. In year 2005, it is 2. Now, understand this. Difference between A's age and B's age should always be constant, right? If B is 2 years younger than A, then he will always be 2 years younger than A. Even after 20 years, B will be 2 years younger than A. Even after 50 years, B will be 2 years younger than A. Got it? So, these differences on ratio scale, these differences in past and in future should be same. So, we'll make these differences same on ratio scale. For that, we will take LCM of 3 and 2, that is 6. So, we'll multiply this ratio throughout by 2 so that this difference becomes 6. And we'll multiply this ratio throughout by 3 so that this difference of 2 becomes 6. So final ratios now are 7 2s are 14 and 4 2s are 8. And this ratio will get multiplied by 3, 5 3s are 15 and 3 3s are 9. Now the difference here between A's age on ratio scale and B's age on ratio scale, this difference is of 6 and this difference is also of 6. Now interesting thing is that look at this difference. This has become 1 now. And this difference between B's initial age and B's final age has become 1 now. So when we take care of difference between A's age and B's age, this difference between A's initial and final age and between B's initial and final age takes care of itself. It automatically takes care of itself. Now this difference of 1 on ratio scale corresponds to 3 years in actual value. From 2002 to 2005, it is 3 years in actual. So this difference of 1 on ratio scale corresponds to 3 years in actual value. So the multiplying factor is of 3. Okay. So ages in 2002, age of B in 2002 would be 8 multiplied by 3, that is 24 years. Age of A in 2002 would be 14 multiplied by 3, that is 42 years. So age of A and B in 2002 would be 42 and 24. In 2004, their age would be 44 and 26. 2 years later, their ages would be 44 and 26. And 1 year later, in future, their ages would be 45 and 27. Okay. These would be their ages 2 years ago. These would be their present ages. These would be their ages a year hence. So we have to find ratio of their present ages. That would be 44 years is to 26 years. 44 is to 26. That is 22 is to 13. The same question could be solved using equation formation. We can take their ages in 2002 as 7x and 4x. Their ages in 2005 would be 5y and 3y. The difference in ages from 2002 to 2005 is of 3 years. So 5y minus 7x would be 3 and 3y minus 4x would be 3 only. So we will have two equations in two variables. You can easily solve them and get the value of x as 6 and y will come out to be 9. Put these here and get the value of their ages in 2002, 2004 and 2005. So that's method 2 for solving the same question. I like method 1 more because the technique is different and it is interesting, but you can easily solve the same question by forming equations as well. We will see use of similar method in questions based on income, savings and expenses. Thank you.